Here on All In with Bryan Weatherford, we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 times. We love creative people to come here in studio because usually it's just me and Dave, and we certainly know there's no creativity there. But today we have a real life professional artist with us, and we know she's a professional artist because she actually gets paid for her beautiful craft that she puts together. Her name is Kimberly Dietrich, and you know she's an artist too because if you own a place called The Art Shop, you better be an artist. Kimberly, welcome aboard to the show today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. So I was reading your bio. You do a lot of things. I mean, you're an accountant, you're a mom, and you're an award-winning artist.
Yes.
So which came first? Were you a mom first or an accountant, or where does this all begin?
Probably an artist first.
An artist. So little Kimberly back in the day, were you the ones that, did you always stay between the lines?
No.
No. Okay, that adds to your creativity.
Yeah, no.
But seriously, did you figure out at an early age that you kind of had a gift and you were actually able to do things?
I did. I was always drawing different animals and different people and just drawing a lot all the time, sketching. But I never took an art class.
Seriously?
Never did. And I still have not really. I did some online classes and taught myself.
So where do you think, were there artists in your family maybe?
Yes, a lot of my family members did different things. Like my grandfather was a gunsmith, my grandmother did sewing. I have an aunt that had a sewing company.
Okay.
My mom does quilts. I have aunts that do all sorts of, my uncles have taxidermy. Wow. Everybody kind of does something.
So you're predestined to get into this thing?
Probably.
All right, so then I guess you went the accounting route. Were you in the corporate world for a while?
I'm still an accountant. Still
an accountant, okay.
I'm an accountant in Highland Village.
All right.
And I love numbers. So I do that.
Do you paint by numbers? See what I did there? A little art and accounting. I'm sorry. No, she does not paint by numbers.
No,
everybody.
That drives me insane.
I know
I do my own thing.
It drives you insane. So you do your own thing. So you still pretty much draw? I mean, do you paint? Do you sculpt? Do you do other mediums as well?
I do a lot of different mediums. I did wood burning. I do watercolor. I've done acrylic paints. Oil painting is not my thing.
All self-taught?
Yes. I do lots of different crafts. I've done quilting. I've done anything that's a challenge. I'm there.
You like the challenge. Well, I was looking at the notes, and you used a term that I'm familiar with, but I want to hear your definition, art therapy. A lot of people are doing artist therapy. Is that your case?
Yes. I started doing art therapy, such as paint parties, teaching people how to paint because of COVID and what's going on.
Okay.
It helps people to relax and makes them not think about being anxious.
Yes.
And having anxiety so bad because you're worried about your painting, you're not worried about everything else.
So then do you do the classes to where there's, half a dozen, 12 people, whatever, sitting there and they're all drawing the same thing, or is it a one-on-one thing, or what's your version of art therapy?
I've only done online. And I also do videos, and then I'll sell the videos to people so they can do it at their own time. Nice. Or if they want me to do it online with them, Zoom or whatever, I'll do it.
Well, I think it's really interesting. You skipped taking classes yourself to offering classes online.
I know.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
That's really interesting the way you're able to do that. You like to travel a lot too. Is that true?
Yes, I love to travel.
So traveling figures in. How does that figure into your artwork?
I like to do photography also. So I like to photograph my trips and what I see, and then I come back and draw out my version of the photographs. I'll have them all in front of me, and I'll draw out something that was personal that happened, and then I will start doing the painting, or if I want to make something more sculptural, I'll do that, but I'll make it. Right now I went to the Grand Canyon a few weeks ago.
There'd be a lot of stuff there that popped in your head.
I'm trying to put my head together on that, but I'm almost done with the painting on that.
Well, good for you, because that way the memory will just live on and on and on and on and on.
Yes.
Another term, I'm not familiar with this one, I'll admit it, I'm not familiar. What the heck is functional art?
Functional art is more like I make water fountains.
You make water fountains?
You can do paint pour over different, let's see, like flower pots, clay flower pots.
Okay.
And I cut in the holes to get the tube up through it after I make the paint pour on how I want to design it.
Right.
And then I make water fountains out of it. So that's like
again, self-taught.
Yeah, functional type art.
Just think how good you'd be if you actually took a class or two.
Oh, I know, right?
No, I'm joking. No. I think you're doing
Get a
just.
professional.
I think you're doing just fine as it is. So we were talking about the different types of art you do and drawing and sketching and stuff. You mentioned wood burning. I'm sitting here staring in front of me. Is this etching? What is this? Hold
This is
this one
wood
up.
burning. This is wood
Well, show that
burning.
to the camera. and
Okay.
explain to
All
us
right.
how we do this.
You draw out your design, and then you will take your pyrographic, your wood burning tool, and you will just start.
So is that
Burning it
has
up.
texture? I'm not going to touch it, but there's
You can
there's
touch
a
it.
texture to it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you just burn it, you do real light touches, and then as you want the shadows in different spots, you make it darker
But
in
if
those
you
areas.
do a mistake there, you're done.
No, you can use sandpaper and sandpaper
Can
it
you
off.
really?
Yes, and then you can just redo that.
Sandpaper, folks, is the whiteout of wood burning in the art world.
Yes.
Okay. I like that. Now, what's this fish? I'm not a big
fish
outdoorsman, but I
is
can recognize
also
a
wood
fish.
burning.
All right.
And
Oh, that's beautiful with the blue and everything in the
thank
background.
you. And
Yeah.
if you can tell, that's a little bit more wood burn, so paint won't really stick to that.
Ah.
But you can use acrylic paints, water down, and make colors on the wood burning.
You know, it's funny, as we mentioned, you've never taken a class, but that fish was actually in school at one time.
Right?
See what I did there? Okay, I'm sorry, folks. Don't know why I had to go that route. So you, was this something, can you teach wood burning online? With
Definitely.
your online classes?
Definitely, as long
Well,
as they have the
let me back up a
tools.
sec. Where do people go to get the equipment? I mean, you gotta.
You can get wood burning tools at Hobby Lobby
Okay.
or Michael's, any kind of craft store. You can get the or Amazon. I'm sure.
Well,
you
of
can,
course you can get it on
Yes,
Amazon.
you don't even have
What
to
was
get
I
out.
thinking? Yeah, you don't even have to leave. They'll bring it right to you.
Yes, and then you
and
can
then
get the
you'll
kit.
zoom right into the living room and help them out.
Right.
So how did you decide you wanted to get into wood burning? Did you see somebody else doing that, or?
I've always wanted to do wood burning.
Wow, have you? Is
like a
that what you
secret
call
pyromaniac, I guess.
pyrography?
Yes. Yeah.
I saw that term, and then I was thinking it had to be wood burning, pyrography.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that, she says.
Yep.
So
It's
is that your
something-
favorite, you think, with all
It's
the things
probably
you
my
do?
favorite thing to do.
Well, it's so unique. I mean, I've had artists here on the show, quite honestly, before. I've never had a wood burning, a pyrographist.
Yeah, you can do leather. You can do that on leather. You can do it on canvas. You can take the wood burning tool on any type of stuff like that. Plus wood, of course, a softer wood.
Well, I
you can
think
use
it's
it.
just really unique, especially the fish. I like the fish because with
Thank you.
with the blue in the background. Do you make your own frames too, or do you get frames, or
This one was store bought, and that one I made.
makes your own frames too? Everything else. So with the whole COVID thing happening, were you doing online classes prior to COVID, or did it get there and you thought, wait a minute, I need to come up with something? Was that your idea?
Yes, I think a lot of artists started doing some online type stuff.
sure.
But yeah, definitely. I had never done online classes at all. So
How's that been received?
Very well.
Well, there's so many people stuck at home. They're looking for something to do.
They are,
Quite
and
honestly.
they want their children something to do. So I also add in children's type stuff and help
Very
them.
smart.
While the mom is doing their adult painting, they can do children's type easy paintings. So
Let's be honest, you can only crunch numbers so long.
exactly.
It gives you an out. It truly is art therapy for you, especially during
yeah.
tax season, I'm guessing.
Definitely, yes.
So do you think moving forward that the digital thing is going to keep being something you do, or do you want to fade back into where you were pre-COVID?
I think we want to keep up the digital because you can reach more people.
Absolutely.
So
Get
you can help more
the
people.
word out to more people, help them to find a love for art like you have.
Exactly.
And you can be the teacher for them that you never had yourself.
Right. That's what we're here to do, is to help people.
Well, you're here to help people, and I totally agree. I can see it being therapeutic, and with all the stuff going on in the world today, why not jump into art to take your mind off of it for a while?
Exactly.
And let's be honest, wood burning does sound kind of fun. Now that you mentioned it, I might want to try a little I can't even say the word.
Pyrography?
Pyrography. There you go. It's not just wood burning, it's pyrography.
Yes.
All right, folks, I told you, a pretty interesting artist here, accountant, mom, award-winning artist, and so much more in studio with us today. Kimberly, thanks for coming on board with us. Appreciate
you.
that. Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did. Thank
Well,
you
we
very
had a good time
much.
too. I enjoyed sharing your story. It's a great story. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
that. Folks, thank you for viewing it as well. You sit tight. We're going to be right back with a little more All In here in just a second.